Hi, and welcome to the ArtsyFartzy Club. Now I have my mic on, and we'll just get rid of all of that nonsense in post-production. That's okay. It's okay. My name is Mrs. Johnson. I am so happy that you are here with me today. And I was a little distracted by the chaos that comes with having 4 children and trying to get them out the door so that I can go live without noise. It's a thing. So that being said, I'm a retired art teacher. I do a art studio called the ArtsyFartzy Club out of my home. And hopefully we're adding on some after school programs really soon. But I also like to do this where I share my ideas with you, some of the things that I did in my classroom, some things I'm doing in the studio, and just some ideas that come to my head. So this channel is for teachers and students. So teachers, to get ideas to do in their own classroom, take what you like, leave the rest, and do you and do the best that you can every day to educate and create a passion for art in your own classroom. And those of you that are students, thank you for coming here. And it really is an honor to get to teach you a little bit of fun art stuff along the way. So today we're doing radial snowflakes, so a radial design of a snowflake with found object printing. So it's a little bit of printmaking, and you only need square paper. So let's go clickety click click. Boom. All right. So I have 9 by 9. I just took a 9 by 12, cut it into a square, which made it a 9 by 9. You can use different size papers, and depending on what size objects you have or how big you want your stuff to be. So if I'm doing it on a black paper, I'm going to want to use a white paper to have good contrast. So contrast means how different the two colors are. So can't get much more contrast than black and white. Or I could do it on a white paper and with a darker paint. So like blues, purples, those would be really great for snowflakes, right? And you could even do some color mixing lessons with this. If you wanted to do that on white paper, you could have them do varying tints and shades, even if you, as you go, I just thought about this. Wouldn't it be cool if you started with one tone, like you went, okay, I'm going to do purple, and then you add a tint, so a little bit of white, and then you print X number of more things, and then you do another tint and print X number of other things. That could actually be really cool. I like that idea. I wonder if I have time to play with that when we do this. Okay, I'm going to show you on the black though for now, then show you an example of on the white, and then I think I'm going to do that idea I just thought of, because that's what I like to do on this channel, is experiment with things. I do take from what I see from other teachers and see how I would do it in my own classroom, or just come up with ideas on the fly and see what happens, and just experiment with different materials and let you know what works and doesn't work. Okay, so that being said, let's start with, well, I'm going to move, actually, let's switch this out. I'm going to move my purple paint palette, and I am going to work with the black paper. So I said we need a square piece of paper. I have a paint plate. I'm going to put on some white paint. This happens to be acrylic. It is. If I was doing this in the classroom, I probably would use tempera, because it's just easier to clean up. And if children get it on their clothes, we don't want whoopsie-doos. So that is that. And found objects. So found objects could be anything from pencil ends, marker ends, bottle caps, Legos, and also cookie cutters, like whatever floats your boat. And I like this. I saw this in somebody's video, and that makes a great oval. Or you could use the empty paint wells from a Crayola paint set. That makes a great oval to print. I've done that before. So I have my handy dandy marker here just in case. So I've got all those different things to print with. I'm going to just move those aside, and I'm going to go bloopity bloop. And there we go. Now I'm itty bitty. You got all the art happening all up in that space. Okay. And I'll rotate this so you can see the paint when I dab. Ta-da! All right, let's do this. Okay, so first thing is to create the radial guidelines for your design. And radial balance is the concept of art that something that goes out like the rays of the sun, or like think of a bicycle wheel that the spokes come out. That is a radial design. So something that goes out into a circle from a center point. Okay. And so we're going to create that center point and lines coming out as a guideline. And the first thing that we're going to do for that is to fold it like a book. Well, there's no book or hot dog or anything for this per se, because it is a perfect square. So we're just going to fold it in half. Try to follow your corners or your edges as best as you can. If you have really little friends, sometimes I'll have them do it in partners. So you line it up and then have your partner put their fingers here so it doesn't move. And then they go from the center out to fold. So I folded it in half. I folded it in half the opposite way. Now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky for lower L, is corner to corner. So lining up that corner. Okay, buddy, put your finger here and don't let it move. Okay. And then black, seeing it on black is a little bit hard, especially on the camera. It's hard for you to see. And it is not cut perfectly square. And then when that happens, then it definitely doesn't go in a straight line to your corner. Sad face. So should have made sure that that was cut better. But on the most part, it's going to be okay. All right. So we just won't go to the very edge for our design. So now I have fold lines that are going from a center point and radiating out to make that radial balance. And the first thing I'm going to do is pick an object to start stamping. So what I did not grab, sad face, is a piece of cardboard, which is really essential for making the straight lines. Do I have any chipboard close by? That is the question. I have Well, I'll just use this. I'll use this piece of paper and see how it goes. Okay, so it's better though if it's something a little bit like mat board, chipboard, cardboard, something that'll make a bold line, a little bit heftier, that's going to not start to flop around with the moistness of the paint. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Okay, I'm going to do right on that line that's guiding me. Let's see how many prints I can get out of this paper before it's going to give up on me. Not many, it looks like. Okay. It's already starting to curl. And kind of use the size of your objects to measure. And I did not on this one. Silly, silly lady. Boopity boopity boop. Because it will help you make them all the same length. So I'm going to use the length of that. Okay, let's flip this around because it's already starting to curl and be weird. I'm going to go ahead and do one length for the in between. So do you see how I'm kind of creating a pattern? I did a double print, and now I'm doing a single print for the other lines. Oop, schmoop, little bit of splash zone there. Okay, now pick an object, whatever you want that object to be. I know this is going to be Fabu. Check that guy out. It's like an ornament or something. That's going to be an amazing print. I'm doing it actually on the, not the cookie cutter side, the handle side, I guess, because it's got a bigger piece of metal there and it'll make a bigger print. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to print that right at the end of those short lines. And now this is going to make it longer. And then try to make sure that it prints down on all sides. Ooh. Okay, and I'm just going to spin it. Great thing about those folds, it allows you to spin your art really easily. And I'm just going to keep doing that. All the way around. Dabbity dab dab. I've only had coffee this morning and no food. So I'm getting the shakes, people. Bad Mrs. Johnson. You got to make sure you got to eat your food with the coffee or you have an imbalance. Should have had a banana at least, but I did not. Okay. So that's a start. Now, let's see. I'm going to take, do I want to do this end or do I want to do that end? That's kind of interesting. I like the shape, though, of this Lego. I'm going to do that side. We'll see how this prints. I'm a little worried. Okay. Do I want it like this or do I want it like that? I think I want it like that. More on a diagonal than squared. So I'm going to go about away from the center and press. Wasn't an even press, but we'll try it again. Let's see if it'll do a ghost print here or nice. Boop. Okay, not too bad. It's got a little bubble in there. It might come out weird. Let's see. Boop. Yeah, it came out weird. See, it's got a little goop of paint in there now. That won't come out. There. Okay. And about, Okay. Ta-da! That's one. All right, let's move along. Let's see what else we can come up with. I know, this looks a little dirty. I hope it doesn't get blue on my white paint. We shall see. And then I might do something like that. Okay, and try to make it evenly spaced. Keep rotating. So anything that I do, I'm doing it just every other. Okay, so right, so this one, then this one. So it's A, B pattern. Oh my goodness, we're doing so much. This is science, this is math, this is some English, right? If we're teaching them patterns, that's of course an art standard. We're learning the patterns, balance, printmaking. There's so much happens during an art lesson that we forget to let our administration know all the wonderful things that we're doing. Always, 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 if you have the opportunity to mention the cross-curricular benefits of your lesson, put that right on that lesson plan and let your admin know how amazing you are, because you are. You are amazing. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this. Oh, that's actually mildly disappointing. It's a 4. I was expecting, I guess I don't know what I was expecting. But, oh, that's right. It's because it had the solid and then the open. That's why I like this one, because I thought that was weird or interesting. It had solid dots and then open circles. So solid dots. But if you put too much paint, they're all solid. They're all filled in. So I needed to dab on my plate more, I guess. All right. Nah, not my favorite. Okay. You can even do things in between. So let's start doing that. So what does that mean? Oh, I just did the wrong end. We're just going to go with it. Okay. So like, let's say I want a connect. I connect my line that I printed to the shape I printed. Okay. With another thing. So you want them to not be floating out in the middle of nowhere. That's not going to happen on a snowflake. It's not going to have a design in the snowflake that's not connected to something else. So you make sure that your two shapes are connecting with this new shape you're printing, or the new shape is connecting to another part of your project. It's either going to be on those central radiating lines or connecting from a design to another design that you've printed. Oh, and I keep splashing. Splashes will happen. Chances are your children's will have splashes too. But I'm trying to rush. But I really should do it a little more nice and neat. Connecting, connect. Ooh, that was a little too close for overlapping. It's not exactly what I wanted. Are they going to be perfectly laid out? Probably not, because there's room for human error. You could even talk about fractals. That's always a cool thing to tell the kids, because a snowflake technically is a fractal, but that math concept of that it divides and divides and divides off into infinity, continue to divide into nothingness. Well, not nothingness, to quark level that you cannot see. You know, it's like goes off into infinity. Okay, so let's say I'm done. Am I done? No, I would probably put more lines coming out, or oh, I don't know. What could I do? Yeah, I would do more lines, but I did forget the cardboard part. So, oh, that being said, let me show you. Okay, so that's an example. I could keep going, but then here's a purple one that is still wet, apparently, that I didn't realize. The same idea. You're just keeping going, keep going. I can take this further. I could start doing lines that are connecting it together, things like that. But now I want to experiment with that tint idea. I kind of like it. I'm kind of excited about this concept. So let's try it out. So we're going to set this up, and I'm going to have to get my purple paint plate back and switch out. Sorry, bye, white palette. Hello, purple. How are you? All right. So we're going to set this up again like we did the last time. I'm going to fold it in half. Open. Fold it in half the opposite way. Make sure that's lined up nice and straight so you get a nice radial design, not a wiggly wibbly, different size sections. That is not what we're going for. Okay, corner to corner. Hey, buddy, hold my corner. Thank you. All right. And then corner to corner again. Ta-da! Once again, we have a lovely radial design going from the center point. Everything should be virtually equal in all directions. Okay, so let me get some fresh purple paint and let's try this out. Let's see what it would be like to print and mix tints as we go. Could we make a value scale snowflake? How many elements of design can we put in, or concepts can we put into one project? Let's do this. Okay. Touche. I want to do the big ones first. So, from the center, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to do what I did last time. We're double up every other. Okay. And then let's see what happens here. Let's do boop, 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 and boopity boop. All right, what else can I do? What shapes do I have? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I like this little weird shape here. Okay. Kind of setting it in that little nook that I made. In fact, I'm going to do that again on the ends. Why not? I like it. All right. You can even make this into a shape project if you wanted to. You could talk about shapes like octagons and hexagons and circles and triangles. Just saying. That's another option. Okay. Now, what happens if I mix in a tint, like I was saying? So what would we add to this project? I would add a paintbrush. I think I literally put all of my paintbrushes away before I started, which is really, really responsible of me. Hold that moment. All right, so let's add a little bit, not too much, because you don't want it to get too light too fast, right? What am I doing? Show them, show the people, show the people. Share, sharing is caring. All right, mixity mix, mix, mix. Okay, that's slightly lighter. Is it going to show up light enough though? Lighter enough? Lighter enough? Yes, sure. Let's do a tiny bit more. How many values would you show? I don't know, probably like 4 or so, maybe 5. All right, I think we're lightish. Okay, now what else can I print with? Put you back away. Let's see. Paintbrush, wet paintbrush, where do I put you? Okay. All right. Don't get in my stuff. But I don't want you in the way either. Go over there, but don't slide. Okay. Let's see. Dab, dab, dab. Pounce, pounce, pounce. I would probably say to the kids. I'm going to put this back over to the side so it's not in the way. And do I want to go? I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go like this. Now, does it look light enough? It looks lighter. Not super light, though. And I don't know if a normal person would notice the difference. By normal, I mean not art person. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's getting really, really wet now. So it's starting to bloop instead of being a nice line. Just saying. Time for a new piece of cardboard, I think. Can always flip it to the other side though, because I don't have more cardboard, like I said. All right. All right. So I am going to flip it to the other side, and I'm going to connect. 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 And connect. It sounds like the UPS guy or somebody or mailman maybe just stop by and let me know we have a special delivery. That's exciting. Okay, now let's take that down another notch. Or take it up. I guess it's high key, so let's take it up another notch. We're going to add more white. Show the people. Here we go. More white. I'm going to do another more white because I really need it to visually show up, right? All right. There we go, guys. That's looking more tinty. More. Let's do more. Do more. Feel the high key. Here we go. More. More. Go. Boop, doop, boop, boop, doop. Okay. Now. I'm going to print some circles. Let's see what happens. Can you tell that it's lighter? I think so. Yeah. Cool. All right, I'm going to do one right in here. I'm going to go do it all around, not just in. Oh, don't get blippy. Calm down, Mrs. Johnson. Getting a little crazy there. Got some on my hand. Oh, it got on my art. I felt it happening. Shame. I know your name. All right. let's see, I can add one to the end of the tall ones. Boop. Boop. What else? What else I got here? I don't know. Got my stars. Oh, the oval. I forgot about the oval. Gotta add some ovals. Where am I going to add some ovals? Do I have room? Guess I would have to cut those off. All right. Do I have room to do it vertical? I'd rather do it vertical. Let's find out. Oh, you are so pretty. Okay. Oval is the prettiest shape. There was a video, I think it was from a Montessori lesson, like a Montessori school, that my art professor showed us. And it was just allowing the kid to, experiment with materials. And they were using aqua. And then, so then the child is literally just talking to themselves and working with the materials and starts to sing. I think it was a little girl. And she's like, aqua, aqua is the most beautiful color. Aqua, aqua can go over here. It was so cute. And she was just in the zone. And every once in a while, I'll think about that when I'm making an art project. And I'll think, aqua, oval is the most beautiful shape. Anyway, just a little fun fact for you guys. Okay, let's bring it one more time. I think I'm running out of white paint though, so I might have to schmoop it right here. Schmoop, schmoopity boop. Okay, mixer in there. Move my oval. Better get that cap on at the end of this lesson or that marker is going to dry out. Of course, I would save the caps of old ones. And like I said, use a paint well from a Crayola. But I haven't saved any of that in my in-home studio. I don't know why. I just haven't thought of that till this moment, I guess. All right, an even lighter value. What am I going to do? I don't know. Let's use the star. Okay, sounds good. Here we go. Can maybe throw in like one more tint, like even lighter. Is this one really that much different? I don't think so. I mean, it is to me, but when I'm looking at this paper, I don't think so. I don't think it's. Maybe I add the purple to my white versus white to my purple. Actually, it would be a better idea. It's going to make a much more bigger impact here. Value. Does my singing offend you? Drop me a comment in the box. I'm really just talking to myself right now because nobody else is listening. So let me know if it bothers you later. Yeah, no comments today. Just me and my paint. All right, here we go, guys. Where can I put you, star? Debating. Let's do it. Let's do it right off of this line. Connect. It's got to connect, Elizabeth. Okay. There we go. It's connecting to my line. If it happens to connect to this other part, bonus, but really it needs to connect to my line that is perpendicular. Well, not perpendicular. I guess it is perpendicular to my other lines here. That makes sense. On the line. This is where it starts to really show how the human error comes in where it's not actually a perfectly measured design. It's just printed freehand. Could we make a perfect, if you want to sit there and measure everything out and math it all out, you really could, but that's not the purpose of this lesson, I suppose. Oh gosh, what's his name? Whatever's theory, and you do the triangles. I've done that lesson. Now that taught the kids some measuring skills, I'll tell you that. Okay, but anyway, now, do we get the idea, guys? I think so, on the most part. I can do, oh, that's a really big one, Elizabeth. Let's do, maybe some more lines here to kind of show more contrast yet. There we go. Yeah, you can really see how the value has changed. So that's another idea. It's another level of lesson. And depending on, you know, like you could do it different ways for the different grade levels. Like one group does white on black, another group's doing the colors on the white, one group's talking about shapes, another group is talking about just the radial design and pattern. And then as you get older and older, you add in more elements to the lesson. So like maybe, you know, with your upper L, then you're doing this, but you're doing it with a value scale. Just build onto concepts that you've done from earlier grades. And now you don't have to talk about pattern with them, or you don't have to talk about the shapes with them because they've done that since they were in kindergarten with you and they know their shapes. And now we can talk about value and how to really get that and what high key is and all the stuff. I think, oh my goodness, why is my computer closed? I need that on. So that's a little worrisome. We're still recording. That's good. This is a first. I think it's because I went on a different page to check. I went on Instagram to check. And because I wasn't on my StreamYard board, then it just went, I'm going to take a nap. Okay. Did it work? I don't even know. I don't even know. Did you see a blue? We'll see. Okay. Things you can fix and post, right? Sure. All right. So there we go. That's it. So just in case you didn't hear, I will repeat myself. So I was saying how you could do different lessons with the different grades, you know, so maybe one grade, you're just doing the printmaking just for fun. Another grade, you're talking about shape. Another grade, you're talking about patterns. So AB patterns. And then as you go up through all of those grades, then you finally start to add on. You're talking about all of those concepts. Of course, they're going to be doing those. They're built into the lesson, but then you emphasize doing value. That could be really cool. I don't know. Do you think it's distracting? Do you like that better than that? Does it matter? I think it's more visually interesting. The lighting is kind of atrocious. The colors look really awful. Why are they so bad today? I'm not loving the colors on here. P.S. This is a kind of a dark but bright purple, and it's on my screen. Maybe it's my screen. That could be that too. Anyway, figure that out. If it's my screen or if it's, oh well, I guess I can see over here. It's really dark. Why is it so dark today? I'm not loving you, camera. Something's wrong with you. Okay, we'll fix that for next time. All right, my gang. If this is the first time you've ever been with me, you are officially a new member of the ArtsyFartzy Club. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me. And once again, my name is Mrs. Johnson. If no one's told you, I absolutely love you. Hey, let's get big. Boop. So that I can say goodbye. And we've learned a lot today. We've done contrast, radial designs, line, shape, printmaking, math, science, a little bit of literacy with AB patterns, value scale. Wow. Who knew you could put so much into making a snowflake? People think that snowflake things are, whatever, some crafty thing for the season. No, it's super educational. And now you know. All right. No one's told you yet today. I absolutely love you. And I hope until we see each other again that you are 100% artastic. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you made it all the way to here, you are my people. Like and subscribe. Thank you.